right, welcome in, everybody. I am Benjamin Parker. We have Robertson Byer with us tonight. Simon Shortt is also with us. No matter where you're watching this from, it could be Fantom Sports, it could be Sports and Money. We appreciate you being on board tonight. Thank you very much for being with us. This little episode is going to be called Fantom Fire. We're going to fire off all kinds of rapid fire questions, maybe even some questions that our panel isn't even prepared for tonight. But I am ready to go. Robertson, are you ready?
Yes, sir. Let's go.
Simon, are you ready, man?
Not even a little bit, but let's do it anyways.
All right, let's do it. The first thing I want to know is Drew Brees coming back or not? Robertson, yes or no?
No, I think Winston's going to keep the team around 500, which is going to keep Drew Brees from wanting to come back, or at least the Saints from wanting him to come back. So, no, I don't think he comes back.
Simon?
No, Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo are both still available. Go get one of them. Let the man go fish. Leave him alone.
Fair enough. All right, so we're unanimous on that on the first question. No Drew Brees. Second question, another quarterback, Tom Brady. He decided to play another year, decided retirement just wasn't for him. Is he finally ever this year going to even show a glimpse of being as old as he really is in terms of football years? Simon?
No, he's aging backwards, so maybe then he's like 31 in real life, I guess. I don't know. He's fine. He's going to keep playing the way he's going to play until he decides he doesn't want to. He's good.
Yeah. Robertson?
If he does, it'll be the slightest bit, but I think people are going to say more so because I don't think the Bucs are going to be as good as people think they are. So,
yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I fell for this, I don't know, 6 years ago now, where Tom Brady looked like he had a bad season. And I bit hard. I was like, yes, finally done. Everybody else gets a chance. And then all of a sudden, no, he's right back in the Super Bowls. He's leading 27-3 comebacks. Forget it. So, I'm inclined to agree. If we see any slippage at all, we don't see much. Let's talk college football for a second. Nick Saban, Jimbo Fisher, Deion Sanders, Robertson. Does anybody care?
I certainly don't. NIL has pretty much ruined college sports for anyone that wants to get into it. So I could care less about what any of them said, really.
Simon, there's a lot of soap opera going on in college football. Does it matter at all up here in the NFL rankings?
I don't know about the NFL rankings, but you know what NCAA needed more of? The head coaches getting the attention instead of the players. So glad that happened. Way to go for them, I guess. This is all dumb. They're all dumb. It's dumb.
It is a soap opera that is going to fly into the regular season and is going to be all over. I can't say front pages anymore. It's going to be all over websites and podcasts here in 2022 for the entire college football season. All right, we're going to move on from Nick Saban. This, I think, is an interesting question. Team most likely to go from worst to first in 2022. Now, I'm going to put a huge asterisk on this. So, first of all, those teams are the Jets, the Ravens, the Jaguars, the Broncos, the Giants, the Lions, the Panthers, and the Seahawks. I'm going to subtract out the Ravens and the Broncos because it's obvious that those two teams at least have a hope of getting to the Super Bowl. So that leaves us with 6 teams: Jets, Jaguars, Giants, Lions, Panthers, Seahawks. Robertson, back to you. Which of these teams can maybe not be most likely? Which team has at least a hope of getting all the way to first place this year?
They all sound so awful. God. I should cut my tongue out for this, but I'm going to say the Giants. Just because it's the NFC East and the Giants do have a good team on paper. It just never comes to anything fruition. It just never comes to fruition. So most likely out of all of them, I'd be more inclined to pick Jacksonville, but I'll pick the Giants.
It's a brutal list. I mean, in reality, there is no hope for these 6 teams. But Simon, give me a team that you think might actually have a chance here.
All right, so bear with me. It's October 1st. The Packers are 0-4. Aaron Rodgers is so mad that Devontae Adams isn't around. He's really upset about his offensive coordinator leaving. Somebody else on the team gets hurt and things aren't looking good, and Jeopardy calls and offers him a full-time gig. He retires in October. The Detroit Lions, meanwhile, at this time are 2-2. They're feisty. Dan Campbell got suspended for a game for tackling somebody on a special teams kickoff return, and they're fired up. The Lions are going to go, I don't even know what the numbers are anymore, 7-10. I don't believe in Kirk Cousins. The Bears are awful. Green Bay is going to implode, and the Lions are going to win the NFC North.
As funny as that scenario is, it's not a bad one, right? Because in that division, and there aren't many divisions like this, in that division, you are one Aaron Rodgers injury away from somebody else who we don't like having a shot, right? So I can certainly see that. But your vision is much more entertaining. We didn't prep for this, but Simon, do we ever see Aaron Rodgers back in the Super Bowl again, Packers or otherwise? Do we ever see him back in the Super Bowl again?
I'm going to say no, which is not the answer I would have expected me to say had you, before you asked the question. But I think you just look at the quarterbacks that are still in the NFC. I know we've talked about all the quarterbacks that are in the AFC now, but you still have high-level quarterbacks in the NFC, and you have teams who are vying to get a top quarterback in the next year or two. You already have Dak Prescott. You have Philadelphia, who has 2 first-round picks next year. You have the Giants, who are going to have a high pick next year. You have Detroit, who has 2 first-rounders next year. Atlanta just got Des Ridder. Carolina just got a rookie quarterback. Tampa still has Tom Brady. You still have Stafford, Kyler Murray, Trey Lance. You just have all these teams that are still getting better, and Aaron Rodgers' track record is just not what we all expected it to be. And I think it's just going to fizzle out, so I'm going to say no.
It would be an amazing statistic, but it's something certainly that can happen. Robertson, what do you think the odds are that we see Aaron Rodgers back in the Super Bowl again before he decides to take off on a yacht somewhere?
Simon, you didn't mention Carson Wentz, so I take offense there. So,
he missed my notes somehow. Somehow he didn't get in there.
I wonder why. No, we don't see him back in the Super Bowl. Last year was the year, and they came up short. I don't think he comes back. I mean, he needs Davante Adams to get to a Super Bowl. I'm just going to say that now. I could be eating my words in a few months, but I don't think he gets back.
Anything is possible, but it is not looking good if you're an Aaron Rodgers advocate. Let's talk Buck and Aikman, Tirico Collinsworth, some of the announcing teams this year. Which one do you think is the best? I don't have the stations in front of me, but Buck and Aikman, Tirico and Collinsworth, Michaels and Herb Street, Nance and Romo, Burkhardt and Olsen. Robertson, for you, which one is the best?
Oh, it's tough because I really like Mike Tirico, but I don't like Collinsworth. So I'll have to go Buck and Aikman. I'm in the minority here. I like Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, so I'm going to go with that. But I love that Tirico's doing Sunday Night Football now.
I don't personally have a problem with any of these announcing teams. Simon, who do you think is the favorite? And is there somebody here that you don't like listening to?
I actually like all of these groups as well. I'm really interested to see what Michaels and Herb Street are like together. Those guys are going to have the least chemistry out of those 5 groups, so it'll be really fun to see what they do and how this whole Amazon product goes. But my favorite's Nance and Romo. I know Romo gets annoying sometimes. I know people kind of fell out of love with him pretty quickly. But man, if you just want to turn on a game and feel good and be happy you're watching the game, it's Romo. He's that guy. He's just going to enjoy every play, every moment, and he'll also tell you when it was kind of a letdown. So that's my favorite.
Romo reminds me of an 11-year-old kid watching football. That's really the energy I get off of him.
It's funny because he played like an 11-year-old when he had a career.
Yes. Wow, that shot came out of nowhere. All right.
Had to do it. I'm a Washington fan.
Fair enough. Yes, by all means, fair enough. I want a Super Bowl matchup from you guys. I know it's way too early. I know we don't even know what the Browns are doing yet. I know some of these divisions are going to be just mosh pits this year. The AFC West, the AFC North, the NFC. Who knows who's coming out of that? But go ahead and give me a way too early Super Bowl matchup. Simon, we'll start with you.
Ooh, I'm going to go kind of boring here. I'm going to go Kansas City and Tampa Bay. I think Tom Brady came back for a reason. I think the defense is going to kind of get back to where it was 2 years ago. I'm a little worried about their skill position players, but I think this is the year in Tampa, Brady finally kind of finds a diamond in the rough. And I think Kansas City just continues to bounce back this year. I really like their draft. I really like their offseason overall. So I'm going to go Chiefs-Bucks for a rematch.
Both teams certainly in the mix. Robertson, what's your Super Bowl matchup?
So I agree with Simon on the NFC side. I think that Brady is going to not do as well. I don't think the Bucks are going to do as well in the regular season, but it's Brady in the playoffs. He's gonna play the way he is. But how about this? Mac Jones, MVP candidate, Patriots, Bill Belichick. Can they send Tom Brady home for good? Tell me that wouldn't be an interesting Super Bowl.
I wouldn't watch that one. I'm not turning.
I wouldn't either.
I'd be all over that for this reason. I got so sick. I honestly quit watching some Super Bowls because I got so sick of watching the Patriots win all the time. I would actually like watching Belichick go up against Brady in the Super Bowl. People forget so much happens in the course of an NFL season. There was a point last year, I forget, maybe week 8 or 9, in which people were actually picking Patriots versus Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. That quickly disappeared with the Patriots sliding. But there was a point last year where that was a very real thing. This is the thing I really want to know. This is the most important question we're going to ask all night. Your favorite 3 fast food places, if you could never go anywhere else again. Robertson, start with you.
Gosh. I'm going to be basic here. I'm going to go Chick-fil-A. The chicken sandwiches, their spicy chicken sandwiches is just too good. But Popeyes has surprised me. They came out of left field for me. I wasn't really a Popeyes regular, but it's close to my work, so now I got to go there every once in a while. And then if you're on the road, and you're like, man, I just need to stop and get some food, there's nothing like McDonald's French fries. I'm sorry. Like, they're just, you stop there, it's the same every time, So those are my 3.
Very good. I like it. Simon?
Do coffee drive-through places count?
Sure. Why not?
If you can get breakfast from there.
Didn't think of that.
These are the important questions in life.
There are no rules tonight.
That's true.
Here we go. So Robertson hit us with the chains. I'm gonna hit us with some local stuff over in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Start me off with Satellite Coffee. It's the best coffee I've ever had. Next, we're gonna go to Nashville Hot Chicken for some hot chicken. Really just like burn you up, hurt your insides, and taste so good while you do it.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Simon. Do we have Nashville Hot Chicken in Albuquerque, New Mexico?
We do, and it's fantastic. It's so good. And then we're gonna hit for a late night snack. We're gonna hit Taco Cabana through the drive-through. It's pretty much if Taco Bell was like a real restaurant but had the same staff. That's kind of how it rolls. So there you go for all you listeners in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Shout out.
And for everybody else around the states, go ahead and plan your next trip to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Food there is fantastic.
Go west for Nashville Hot Chicken.
Simon, thank you. Robertson, thank you. Everybody watching, thank you so much. Again, roll over to the Fantom Sports website. You'll find all kinds of articles on all kinds of sports. Sports and Money. We have a lot more videos up there. Fantom Sports, YouTube. We have a lot of stuff there. Check it all out. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Have a great one. Goodbye.